Put 'em up! remember, when things look bad and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Good afternoon, I'll say that again, good afternoon / good evening, good morning, whatever time of day it is. Welcome back to VP4 TV and welcome back to Virtual Pool 4 Online. We're here for a double header tonight, today, this afternoon, and we have a one-loss side match. The first one up at the top of the hour, and that's between Markshark from the USA and Semipro. Now, if we can get this to work, our second match is the winner's side match between Albinario and Larry. Albinario from Sweden and Larry from the USA. Race to 11, the one-loss side. Race to 13, the one-loss side's a race to 11. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Slim, first in the door. Good luck to Semipro. Good luck to Markshark. Unlucky to Stub. Well played, Tommy. He got better as the match went on, Tommy, last night. After that tactical disconnection that he had. But yeah, he played fairly solidly in the end. And Markshark's going to have to play solidly today. But if Semipro starts taking liberties and gets punished for them, you never know what might happen. Well, there's not much left in this tournament. We've got the loser of this match tonight on the winner's side. The loser of the Albinario-Larry match is going to drop down and is going to be playing the winner of this one-loss side match. So it's either going to be Larry or Albinario that is going to be Markshark or Semipro's next opponent. So it just ranks up, it steps up in quality. There's no hiding place now. You've got to bring your A game if you're going to survive in this tournament. Zangetsu and Markshark are both the outsiders to win the tournament. And there's still a few others that think they've got a very good chance. Cobra, of course, is lying in wait for the winner of this match tonight on the winner's side between Albinario and Larry. And, well, it's going to be a tough ask. Cobra's playing very solidly. Albinario's been playing good. And Larry's going to have to be good tonight as well to stay in touch with Albinario. So we've got prospects for a couple of good matches tonight. Welcome to Chimpy. Welcome to Happy Dolo. Anybody else have I missed? I don't think so yet. But in fact, I don't know whether I've got the cloth at the right colour either. Hang on a minute. What table's it on anyway? I can't remember. Not what table. What room is it in? Did we say deep pockets? Let's see, black ball. Where is it? I'll set that to whatever colour you want. Yeah, it's on green at the moment. Well, when I say any colour you want, I'm setting it to blue. That should be it. Right, so about 4 minutes to go. Now, anybody who didn't get a chance to see the match last night is mixed in with Friday Night 9 Ball. It's up on my YouTube channel. if you want to catch up with what happened last night. Steve won't be here today. He's got other things to do. So it'll just be me, I'm afraid. You're just going to have to put up with me. Well, hopefully in fact, I think I have rectified that graphic issue we had with the replay. Although I didn't use the replay much last night, but when I did use it, it was all messed up. But it should be resolved. I've looked at that. And again, a reminder also to those of you who maybe weren't around last night. If you're interested in taking part in the testing phase of the VP4 leagues, you need to go to the support tab there and go to the contact support button on the right hand side and type in your message VP4 leagues. Do what I did. I just put in I'm in and hit send, and that's all I did. So that's the two matches that are scheduled. Nothing else tonight. It's going to be these two. Slim's beating up people in the 9-ball bar brawl, I notice. Is it Slim and Chimpy next? Oh, this is a rarity to be in this room, the Hog Pen. What a messy table. Look at the colour of that. Beer stains and all sorts of crap lying on it. Cigarette burns. That is a well-worn cloth. And still a dry break. That's going to be not a difficult kick. So a 95% chance of this going in. But not with that line. So Markshark's been getting some practice in this afternoon, I see. Right, well that's our short visit to this room. We're all set for the tournament room to go up. Now I don't know how long this match is going to take, but the chances are it's going to be short of the 2 hours, in which case, if there's enough time, we'll have a little musical interlude while I go and get a cup of coffee before the next one starts. Quick drink. Oh, also a quick thank you to my YouTube subscribers. It has gone up. I'm now at 532, so thank you for subscribing. And again, a reminder to anybody, and I've had subscribers again on Twitch. Anybody who's watching on Twitch and has subscribed on Twitch, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe there. It doesn't mean that you have to always watch on YouTube. If you prefer Twitch, go and watch it on Twitch. But subscribe on my YouTube channel to try and get these numbers up. It's a long way away. It's took me a long time to get to 532. It'll take me just as long to get to 1,000. Right, the room is up. I'm waffling on here. Probably missing the lag. Oh no, we're just in time. My V button to work. And Markshark has just stolen it. So Markshark to break off. Yes, a good lag. And how's the break going to go? Welcome to Hazard. I think that was dry. Well, either set of balls has got a problem. We've got the two reds, the obvious red next to the middle pocket there goes, but the other one is a problem, the one above it. And then if you take the yellows, the problem there is the yellow past the 8 ball is very tight. The Markshark. Well, did he get a ball in the break? He must have got a ball in the break. I missed it. Thought it was dry. Well, he can certainly try and get into that one in the side rail. That's what he tried. Now, he's not quite got control of this bottom pocket here because Semipro can push that yellow. Markshark can push that yellow. In fact, Semipro's pushed another yellow down. But that has probably forced him into getting rid of this one. But how does he deal with the other one? How's he going to deal with that one in the rail? He's trying to feather this in and clip it, I think. Oh, dangerous. Very dangerous there. Almost gifted the rack there to Markshark. Welcome to WizKid. So, Markshark can squeeze the yellow in at the bottom left-hand corner here. And he has a very good opportunity right now to take this first rack. The problem, I think, is that he really obviously wants to get down here first to get rid of that one. And I think that he can still squeeze the other one in past the red. I think there's plenty of room, but he really needs to get down. I believe he maybe tried to get down low enough there, but he hasn't got there, I don't think. I mean, you can see the feather edge of the one that so he might be able to get that in. And the cue ball will run into this yellow. That's the problem. And of course the pressure on Markshark, because if he messes this up, Semipro will expect to be out here. But I think he's got to leave that yellow up there and deal with this problem down the bottom. I think that'd be the best plan. Get down on this bottom rail, get that one away, and get out clean. Again, he's hit it far too hard. Way too heavy. And now he's in a worse position because he definitely can't see enough of that yellow now to chip it in. And he's running out of balls. Oh, he's managed to just spin it off the rail. But now, the problem, he's nudged the yellow further away from the pocket. It will still go. It will still go past that red, but it won't go if you're not sitting good on it. You've got to get really good on that yellow. Well, he's not great on it, but he should be getting this in. And the only thing he doesn't want to do is hook himself on the 8 ball. He's got to let the cue ball run and play the pot full-blooded. He doesn't want to mess about, tinkering about and being gentle. Well, he was gentle, but he's got there. And this is a very good start for Markshark. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. He's had the opportunity and he's taken it. And you can't do much better than that. And Semipro, couple of balls. And look at all the reds. All the reds are all separated. There's no yellows near them. Sometimes it's strange the way these balls break. Sometimes they all break into the one cluster, or they're all in one sort of zone. So Semipro, his problem is the last red up above the 8 ball. That's really, if it's going to be a problem, that might be it. But he's got the one to tuck down the rail. And of course he's got this other one down the bottom left-hand corner. So he's just got to get this done in the right order to land good on that red up table there. He might be taking it now. Now Semipro disconnected. Oh, it looked as if there was a wee bit of lag there. So that's got rid of what would possibly be the problem. Red ball. Now where's the cue ball finishing? I can just, well, I don't know whether can he thin that enough on the knuckle there to pot it. I don't, maybe not. So again, this has got to be a good shot from where he's sitting to get on this 8 ball. And that's not it. A bit of pressure on Semipro here. And he just got it in off the jaw. But it's a good response. 1 rack all. Yeah, you do sometimes get some weird sets here when they break. I mean, this is entirely different. So Markshark's breaking off in rack number 3. Couple of balls in the break. Both of them reds. Well, obviously, again, there's a problem down the bottom left-hand side. Now that he's taken the yellows, he's got 2 problems on the left-hand side. Those 2 yellows, and then the other one he can cut into the side. I don't know why he's not taking it now. It might be a bit too, well, it is. It's a way too thin. But he's tried to improve the situation. Well, he's got to, I think, gently cut this in and just stay up the top end of the table if he can to cut one of these other 2 yellows. Or if he stays short, he might be able to drop that one into the side, but it depends how much pace he puts on this and whether the cue ball runs into anything. Yeah, he's overcut it by quite a margin. And Semipro, from where the cue ball is now, he may well be hampered with that 8 ball, but he might want to be cutting that red that's next to the yellow. He's not looked at it. And he's decided to play a safety. Now Mark can just bump this yellow and stay behind the other yellow. I think he can just chip it, maybe a wee bit of right spin just to make sure the cue ball. Well, again, he's let it leak out. You see, you've got to be a lot more gentle on this table. A really delicate touch. But let's see if Semipro can get himself good on that yellow. The red that's above the yellow on the left side, because that's the one that's going to be the issue. And also the other one up with the other yellow up top, it's in an awkward spot. So this is not, in no way is this a guaranteed out. He may well try and just drop right through in that short side. It's probably going to be his best chance to take that one out. Well, he's certainly not potting this one. He's having a good scout around here. And the obvious thing is he can take that one and roll through, or he can take that one and take the one that's down here. But he's decided to try and tuck the cue ball away, but again, he hasn't done it. He's not managed to get the cover. Now, Markshark, I don't know that there's any great place he can try and hide with this cue ball. And he's obviously limited by the fact he can only really see the one yellow. Is he trying a bank? The angle's no good for the bank, the way he's aiming. It's the double kiss. Now that has done Semipro a bit of a favour, because that's now released the red ball up table. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Still got the problem yellow on the left side, yet the problem red. But he's tried to nudge it, and he has nudged it. And that move by Markshark, where he's let that ball run into the other one to free up the red, he's going to pay the price for it. Looks like it. Well, we got a nice little kiss in the red there. Absolutely no clue where that cue ball was going to end up there. Could have went into the side, but he's got away with it. And this is against Markshark's break, so Semipro will be breaking next rack with a 2-1 lead. Is that going to get to the pocket? Is it going to get to the pocket? Well, there's a big mistake. And the only good thing about it is that he hit a rail. Now I'm wondering, am I in sync or out of sync here? Let me just leave the room and come back in. Hang on. It's always a concern that I'm out of sync. No, I'm not. Well, this is a great opportunity for Markshark here. That's a big blunder by Semipro. He's just got to take his time. Don't rush into anything. And he's hit that too hard as well. Again, he's doing the same as I was doing when I was in this room the other day with Cobra and the other guys. I was hitting everything way too heavy. You need to be a lot gentler than you think, but not as gentle as Semipro was with that 8-ball. The ball will run. Well, this one has got away from Semipro. Big mistake not getting the ball to the pocket. So it was looking odds on that Semipro was going to steal the rack there. Well,
we don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
Well, that's the worst thing to do after you just stole the rack back there, scratching the break. No, he didn't steal the rack. It was Semipro's break. What am I talking about? My brain's beginning to go already at this time of night, and I've got another match to do as well, which is even worse. Well, that's not helped the situation. He tried to improve the situation there, Mark, but he's now knocked the 8-ball safe. Still an open table, though, because that was his free shot. He's not committed yet. But either way, the problem's the 8-ball and the red ball stuck together. And Semipro has got good control in this bottom right-hand corner because you got a little combo with the yellows onto the other yellow that's over the pocket, so there's nothing needs to be done down this end other than get a shot on them. Now, Markshark is committed to opening that red ball. It's also freed the 8-ball, but Markshark's got to find a way to get down the right-hand side. Now, he's got an angle here, but the angle is a bit dangerous. This could squirt into the side pocket if he tries to come down for this. Well, it's a good pot, and he has a good angle, but he's got to really control the pace. He could end up hooked behind the 8-ball here, and this is a really delicate touch, not only to make the cut, but to try and stifle the pace on this cue ball, because this could end up in no man's land. It's a lot more delicate than you think. As soon as it hits that rail, well, he's not picked a line, and now he's in trouble. So, it's not coming up as a full snooker because you can see the edge of that red, but if he clipped the edge of the red, he'd probably scratch. So now, Semipro has the opportunity. Well, that those two yellows, they're a combo. There's not a problem with them. He could have taken the cue ball into bulk to play on there. It wouldn't have made any difference. It was an easy combo. So Semipro has been gifted the opportunity to square the match. Probably take the one in the left. Well, he's now got himself a wee bit hampered, so he's having to take this one first. I don't know whether he maybe wanted to take that one first. I thought the one in the left-hand side at the bottom there, and then get rid of that one in the right. This is just a little dodgy cut. And now he's good. A little dink. One of these little soft draw shots, just to bump. Well, he's not. He's just playing it dead weight. I thought he's playing a little soft sort of draw to kill it. Now, what's the angle like? Little stun up. Well, I think the more you can get the hang of those little stun shots like that, the easier it is to manoeuvre the cue ball in this table. Little soft, gentle soft draw shots kills the pace off the cue ball. So we're all square. Markshark breaking off. And that definitely sounded dry to me. It certainly is. 8-balls locked up with the yellows. Well, this is going to be a difficult out. Unless Semipro can do some damage here, one way or the other. And where's the cue ball? Well, that was really close. I'm all ready for my new little scene. I just need to remember what button I've saved it on. So, Semipro committed to the reds. He's going to have to play the little bank. Well, he's actually played that in such a way to break the 8 ball out and sacrificed getting the red out into the table. It's still, I mean, the red does go, but it's just awkward to get on that red that's between the 2 yellows right in the middle of the screen. But Markshark's problem is up table, because the yellow that's up there doesn't go past the red, but he could bump it to the jaw. And now he's getting himself in a wee bit of trouble here. And I think what he would have done is maybe have tried to get control of that top right hand corner pocket. The Semipro can clearly see the red that's next to the yellow. You know, it's available. He can't see it at the moment, but it's certainly available to him. He could pot that one. It's tight, and now he's played the combo instead, which is a clever little move. And all the balls are on, but they're just, 2 of them are just slightly awkward. The one on the side isn't a problem, but that one that's across from the cue ball is a little bit of a squeeze into the corner, especially if you're playing a cut. And he's just trying to decide where he's going. Well, he's got the cut. Now, this is where you can see that's tight past the yellow. If he's going to drop this in dead weight into the side, it's really tight. I mean, he's got to land fairly plumb on it. And, well, this is a test that he can't avoid running into the yellow. He's stuck to the rail, and he's going to hope for a happy outcome here. And he's left the bank. And he's played it well. A well taken out by Semipro gives him the lead. And also, it steals the break from Markshark. And he's got a ball in the break. A combo with 2 yellows down here, but 2 yellows are locked up in the side rail up top. And if he took the reds, he's obviously got that problem right next to his cue ball, which is that other red. So there's issues either way again, regardless of what set of balls he takes here. So now he's committed to the yellows, and he's immediately thinking about how he's going to deal with these 2 on that top left-hand side. Well, that's now locked up his other yellow. And that's a good bank. There's just enough room to squeeze that past his other yellow, and he can tuck that down the rail. It will go, but it's very tight, but he's got to keep it flush. And that's well played again. Excellent shot. But he's now blocked off from that yellow. He's got the other one on the side, and the angle's not great. He's trying to thin this and catch the red to punch the yellow out, I think. It's touch and go. Yeah, he's missed it. That's what he's trying there, I think. Well, if Markshark gets to the table, which he may well do, unless Semipro can dig something out here. But it doesn't look as if, I mean, I don't know that that's going to... Is he trying to send it over towards that to get control of the pocket? Well, that's well played. That's got control of the pocket. Now, Markshark is actually blocked off on all his reds, apart from one. And there's not an awful lot he can do here. I mean, he could try bumping the red. And now, is he actually corner hooked with the knuckle? I think he is. Well, he's managed to get it reasonably safe. Does that thin cut? There's no idea where this cue ball's going to finish. And it could finish there like that. And Semipro's going to have to kick. And I don't know whether the line is he's going to have to play this with right English, I think. Or does he? Can he hit it clean? Yes, he can. But he's now got himself hooked. And Markshark may well get another go here. Well, he could just see a bit of it. But all the reds are here. And this is where Markshark just has to bear down, take his time, use the shot clock, and do everything right. Because he's got two handy reds down the bottom here. He's going to have to get rid of one of them unless he chips the one in on the side. But regardless of how he does this, they're all there. And it's opportunities like this where Semipro was looking odds on there once he had got the breakout to try and take this rack home and build up a little lead. But Markshark's got a golden chance here to square the match again. Good evening, Potman. Well, it looks like that red ball on the right side, just parallel or horizontal with his cue ball, is the one to play to get the 8 ball. It was the most obvious one. Now, he doesn't want to get too greedy here and juice this up too much. He just wants to come back up the table to open up the angle. Well, he has juiced it up. He's got it clean. And he's looking good. Now, again, this cue ball needs to come off the rail. He can't leave this cue ball inside the red. He doesn't want to have to go round corners and stuff. Well, he has done. And now this is a critical one because I don't know whether he can. I don't think he can. I'm saying he can't hold for the 8 ball. He's got to let this run around the corner and out. I would think it looks like that to me. But it could have been so much easier had he been another 2 inches out. But the pace is perfect. That was excellent. And that was well done. Well, I think the important thing for Markshark is that he just ignores the scoreboard. because if he starts thinking things, that takes his mind off the job in hand. But it's a good... I mean, that's 2 good opportunities Markshark's had when Semipro hasn't got the job done, and he's punished Semipro twice because of it. And that's kept him well in touch. Meanwhile, Markshark's break in rack number 7 has given him a ball, and now he's got a choice, and these balls are all sitting very nicely indeed. The 8 ball is isolated up table, which is not a bad thing, but all these balls, all the red balls, have got pockets to go to. Now, he can't see that one into the side, and that's the one that's going to be a problem, let alone getting down onto this one. But this one here's the issue, because it's limited where it goes. It doesn't go into that corner. It doesn't go into that corner. It goes into that side. It goes up table, but you're never going to get it on up table that way. So it's the major problem ball, this one here, that's going to stop him running this table. It will go into the side if he can drop down and take this one and then drop through for the red into the side. That'd be one way of doing it, but look at the angle he's got in this. He might be running into the yellow, and he has done, and that's done him no harm at all. And now he's in prime position here. It's a little dink in, and just through with the cue ball to about there or wherever. As long as he can see this red into the side, he's looking good at the moment. And that is not bad. It's not bad. He's just got to think about how the angle is on this red. I think he's going to be hampered slightly, but he just needs to dink this down and let the cue ball keep going. It's going to be a little cut in the 8 ball. He doesn't want to try and force across the other side of this 8 ball. He doesn't want to be doing this to go there. But you see, he's got too much juice in it. It's catching people out all the time, including myself. And his chance is gone unless he can kick this in. And he did well to get to the problem red, but the problem was the angle that he left in the last red, and that was just too much. So Semipro has a chance to steal the break again from Markshark. All the balls on. But barring an accident or unforced error here, he should be back into the lead. Now he's checked out with a lot of English, just to square the angle of the cue ball to come back up in the line. He's sort of in between on this cut shot here. He wanted a wee bit higher. Well, this is a critical one. He's got to get good on this last yellow. Well, he may well have to draw to the rail. Yeah, he's had to draw, and he's perfect. Oh. I hit the wrong button there, guys. I've got that many buttons I can hit. So Semipro into a 1 rack lead again. Semipro's break, I think, is dry. 2 yellows obviously blocking this bottom left-hand corner. Now that yellow, well, it's tight if he wanted to take that as his first ball into the side pocket. If he was going to take the yellows, because I'll tell you what, if he can get that yellow into the side pocket, he'd be looking good. He might be taking the other one to try and break this one out. He's got right English on it. This is going to... That's... I don't know whether that was a good idea. He's obviously altered the line in the cue ball there, but I don't think he wanted as much as that on it. Now see, this one into the side is tight, but that is the one that will stop him running this rack, and he's on it as good as he's ever going to be. And now the rest is up to him. He's going to have to cut this one in, just dink out for the one on the side. And if he's in a good angle on the one on the side, he can stun down for the other one on the side. The one above the red. But it's all about touch and finesse with these shots. Now that one there, he can stun this in. It's got to be one of these sort of gentle little stuns. You don't need a lot of power, but if he just rolls it in plain ball, he'll end up going weird here. Yeah, you see, he's not committed to playing the shot to try and hold for that yellow. And now he's having to cut this, and the cue ball's going all over the place. He should have stunned that in and been brave to play the shot. And now he's nowhere, and that's where it's all went wrong. He had to take that one in the side and play the little stun to drop through. If the right shot's there to be played, then you have to play it. Because this is how you end up in these situations, and it's a good opportunity squandered here unless he can get lucky. Well, again, that was almost a very good shot. He's left Semipro a shot anyway. He was trying to get it tight in behind the red ball to leave him nothing. And again, just been caught out by the weight of shot there. But look at what's happened here from Semipro. Well, Markshark has won a watch here. He's got to go around the angle, so he's checking it again. He's not willing to let the cue ball run, but he's got it right. But if he'd got it right in the first place with that one on the side, he wouldn't have been sweating in his seat there, but he's been let out of jail. And it's 4 racks all, and it's a race to 11. Anything can happen. And Markshark's break. The cue ball stays on the table. He's had a ball. But now, does he try and run that red onto the yellow? Because all these yellows are good. If he plays the red onto the yellow into the side, that gets rid of the problem yellow. And all the other yellows are available. He's not looking at it. He's going the other way. And that may well still work. But he's got to get onto this one. And this is the one he should be getting on next. The one into the side. Because he can just dink this through. He can stun this in. And stun down. The worst thing that will happen is he's got a cut in the yellow up past the 8 ball. He's got to play the shot to get on this yellow. That's the one he should be doing. This one in there and then down here to get rid of that one. Or this one and then that one. But I don't have an idea and any clue of what he's doing here. I mean, this it blocks the pocket for the 8 ball. He's biding his time. But again, he might regret that. He might regret not playing that yellow into the side and coming down for this one into the side. Or that one and back out for that one in the side. Because that's a big problem. Well, Semipro's taking care of it for him. because he's nudged the yellow into the side, and Markshark can breathe a sigh of relief with that. He's still got control of the pocket up table. And so it's all worked out so far. Strange how things go. But the important thing in this match, as it is for all underdogs in these matches, is about staying in touch. And the deeper that you can stay in touch as the finish line approaches, the more the nerves come into play. And we all know that Semipro has to deal with that 8 ball, and he has done in one respect, but the pocket is still blocked. And now he's got a very thin cut into the side. And Markshark has his chance to take the lead. That almost worked out for Semipro there, bar for the fact that the yellow ball stayed in the table. Well, that one in the side is tight. That is very tight. And this is already threatening to go funny. I mean, he can obviously pot the yellow. He's loath to do it. He's keeping that there as a reserve. And he's going to try and squeeze this into the side. And he has done. It was not much room to manoeuvre. Now this, again, he doesn't want that yellow ball to come next to the red. And that was well done. The bonus was the other one getting in as well. And Markshark, again, from a Semipro error, has got another rack in the board. And it's a 5-4 lead. Semipro breaking off, yellow goes in. And he's really only got a shot in a yellow ball. I don't think he's got a shot in anything else. He can play this yellow down table as a combo with the one in the over the pocket or the one in the side rail down on the right here. Either that one or that one. He's got a shot in this red, but you know what he's intended to do with it, I don't know. Yeah, he's decided to plump for the reds, and we can see where the problem is with the reds. He's looking to get down table to get that red that's nearest the short rail and pot it at some point and play the breakout on those two reds next to the yellow top right hand side. Well, he might be doing it off this one now that he's got the angle. And that's not bad. He's got to then just dink across and avoid the two of them, which he's done nice. And it should be all square. Oh, he's overjuiced it. But he's just managed to hold in line. Almost a disaster there. So into rack number 11. We're all square, 5 racks all. Markshark breaking off. He's got a ball. Unfortunately, it's the 8 ball. And it was a pretty good break as well. And watch what happens now. He'll end up with a crap set. Well, he's got a red again, a yellow up top, and 2 balls locked together on the side rail, and a chance off this yellow right next to his cue ball to break them out. That would be the shot. He's got to break them out either way, whether he takes the reds or the yellows. But this yellow he's on right now, he can just stun right into them and get that into the game. And that will do. And this, again, the one major problem is that yellow up in the top rail, and the short rail at the top, is how does he find a way to get across for it? Now, the way to do it would have been that one, but he can't see it. He can't see enough of it to pot it. And he knows that that's the one ball, apart from the 2 that were locked up at the start of the rack, or the start of the visit, that's the one ball up table that's giving him the headache. Now he can drop the one into the side, but he has to drop it in such a way that he's not snookered on the one past the red on the side rail, and he doesn't snooker himself on the one that's there. And he's done exactly that. He's done exactly that. Commentator's eye saw it, and now he's got no choice. Well, he might be better to bank this down towards this red here and try and hit it dead weight to lock this red and yellow up and give Semipro a problem. Well, that might have been what he was planning to do, but it's not anywhere near it. And Semipro has that one problem ball, and it's only a case of getting on it. It will squeeze past the yellow, and it will at a pace. Well, he's kicked it out, and that's taken care of the problem. He's going to take it now. Well, he'll probably just stop the cue ball here rather than letting it run, I would imagine. Doesn't want to interfere with that yellow. So now it's just about potting the red and getting somewhere on the 8 to roll it in. So we're now, well, Semipro is halfway home. Leads by 6 racks to 5, and he stole the break again. Yellow ball in the bottom right, red ball in the bottom right. And, well, if he takes the reds, he can certainly get to the one that's on the rail. That's the problem. He can do that right now if he can pot the one on the side. And he can, because that's the one he was looking to take care of, this one. So pot that one, get rid of that one, and then everything else is just about finding your way out. Well, he's on that other one as well, into the other side, is he? Yeah, well, he could take that. He's probably going to take this one in the rail next now. No, he's quite happy to leave it where it is. Well, now he's going to take it. Cue ball coming out towards the 8 ball here. He's avoided the 8. And I think he's got himself a bit straight here. In fact, he's bolt straight on this red. He can't force it in. And now the cue ball has got to run up and down. Plenty of room though. But he's overcut the red. And he's going to give away. Or is he? No. Well, if that yellow had gone in, Markshark's prayers were answered there, because he would have had a free shot. And as he doesn't, he's got to get this awkward ball right on the rail. It's off the rail slightly. And well, it's still off the rail slightly. And this is probably as good as he'll get on that yellow on the side rail. And I think, well, he can try and get the cue ball stuck to the rail if he wants to roll it in. But how long does he leave it there? And he doesn't want to be playing that as his last yellow to get onto the 8. It's not a great ball to guarantee you're going to get good on the 8 ball. I think he's got to look at dropping a yellow in here in the bottom corner, the one that he's looking at. And the other problem now is if he leaves himself too straight on that yellow up the rail, he's got a problem getting on to the other ones. And this is going funny already. He should have took it the first chance he had. Now he's got to come back. Just a tad. But this has now got him awkward. You know, it's an awkward angle. The cue ball is dicing with the corner here. But he's just got to nurse this to the pocket. And he's not picked a line. And Semipro, though, cannot see his red down table, which the outcome is not bad for Mark. He's tried the bank, and now Markshark has got another headache. The pocket is blocked by the red, and the 8 ball only goes into the top left. And he's looking for a good shot to get anywhere below this 8 ball or above the 8 ball as we look to have a shot. Well, he's simply got to get the cue ball up top. If he can, on the short side up table, would give him a chance into the side. Well, he's trying to run the 8 ball in after the red. He's got to hit this flush, and that's game over. So the free gift for Semipro has now given him daylight. It's now 7 racks to 5, and Markshark under pressure on his break. And that might just be the little glimpse of daylight that Semipro needs. And again, all the yellows, well, apart from one red, but everything seems to be separated here. Now we've got the red and the yellow locked together. They're a problem. Markshark can take the yellow on the side. I don't know whether he can bump these. I think he can. Or he could even just drop through the short side. But he wouldn't have a shot, and he's missed it into the side. He's had a lash. You've got to get the pot, first of all. And there's just the little signs there at the end of that last rack and the beginning of this one that the potential's there for things to start running away here. And that yellow past the side pocket, plenty of room up top. And very easy to pot that and just drop onto the 8 ball to finish the rack. Well, again, Semi-Pro's got a funny little angle in this yellow. He stunned it to get it out. And he's just going to drop this in dead weight and drop to the rail. And again, he's not got it to the pocket. And it's a free shot for Markshark. Well, I think he's got to get behind the 8 ball and push the 8 ball up table towards the red. He's surely got to do that. He can't leave the 8 ball there. I think with his free shot, he's going to pot the yellow. But the other thing to do would be to just bump the 8 onto the red and get the 8 out. If he leaves that 8 ball sat there, that's absolutely no good to him. And Markshark is not thinking here. I mean, if he pots the yellow, fair enough, the 8 ball's got a pocket. If he doesn't do anything with the 8 ball with this free shot, he's humped. Well, I can't see how he's going to get out here. I think that's a major mistake. Because the 8 ball doesn't pass the yellow. And unless he can get a bump on that off any of these reds here, and only one of them pots into that corner, it's a big no-no. Well, that helps the situation. That helps very nicely indeed. I was panicking for no reason whatsoever. Well, he's got to get the job done. It ain't over yet. And that is a no-no. Unforced errors like that, you cannot afford them. And it's another gift for Semipro. And this match is running away. It's taken a turn, and it's a turn for the worst. Because Markshark's now playing a part in his downfall here. He's letting Semipro off the hook. He had him hooked to 5-all, and now it's going away from him. And I'm afraid when you can't pot that ball into the side and you start hanging balls like that, this is just laying on a feast here for Semipro. Because once again, we have an open table. All the reds are available. That's what he's going to be choosing. And, well, he should be out. He's got no problems to deal with. It's just about, the problem is just the cue ball. Keeping it in play, finding a spot, and taking these out. He's found probably the most awkward spot to be in the table for his next red. I mean, he's right in the middle of no man's land here. Well,
where's the cue ball going?
Well, if ever you need encouragement to stay in the match, that's it there. And again, Markshark, I mean, that last visit, he started making unforced errors. He's now got a free shot to take this rack out. He's got the one problem yellow down table next to the 8 ball. And he's got all of these yellows up table. And he's not sitting great on this one either, but it can just drop in. Well, I don't know why he's not taking the one that's down here. The angle on the one that's down here is not great. And now he's got himself snookered. He can't get to his yellow to pot it. He's got no shot in the other one. And now he's in trouble. So the only thing he does have is a combo, or he can try and duck for cover. Well, he's got the combo. Good evening to Larry. I hope you're all warmed up and prepared. Well, again, he's got out of trouble with the combo, but again, he's got no shot really. Playing the bank, he's got it, but like I said, that yellow ball down by the 8 ball was always a problem. Now he can't see the one up top, and he's going to have to try and bank this and get the cue ball out of the way. So he's going to try and bank it behind the 8 ball into this corner, but he has to make sure he doesn't get the double kiss. No, he's trying to duck for cover. And how's that one past the middle pocket? It's just on the other side of the 50-yard line, as they say. He's trying to feather it in, I think. He's got no other shot. I mean, that one there in the side, there's no way you're dropping that into the side. Well, Semi-Pro's had a blast. And he's knocked Markshark's yellow ball now on. And you've just simply got to go for it. Now, the worst that can happen here is he can drop right down here. And he might have still a shot in the side. It needs to keep going. If it gets to there, well, right in the donut. But look at, I mean, that's as far as he's got in terms of making a pot. But how does he have a shot in this 8 ball? And you see how accurate you've got to be in these balls into the side pocket. It just nudged right into the corner of that cushion, and it still comes out. Well, again, this is just a little bit dodgy. You've got to get good on that red over the side, but he's taking the one up the top, which is a sensible way to do it. But again, it's racks leaking away very rapidly here now. Since 5 all, it's now 4 in a row for Semi-Pro. And Markshark's sort of played himself out of the game with those errors. He's missed far too many balls. You just cannot afford to miss at this stage. The only way you should be missing is if you end up hooking yourself or something. You've got to simply pot every ball. And that manifests itself in a scoreboard like that. Because the errors that Markshark's made, if you add them up, they can certainly add up to 4 racks easily. Well, Semi's had a few dodgy things happening, blaming the mouse. But as I said, Markshark was doing okay up until about the halfway point, and then he got his pattern play wasn't great. There was certain things he was doing I didn't agree with, but then it was the basic pots that weren't going in. Now, that shot there, he may well have tried to get further over to the right there to try and cut this red in, because again, it's gone nowhere. He didn't get the cue ball up and over far enough. And immediately, he's running into a problem here. It's not a healthy position for Markshark at the moment in this rack. He can obviously cut the one up top. Cue ball's coming down, but the next best thing he's going to have is one into the side where he can drop down. So with this shot here, he wants to try and come down. See, I think, let's be honest, there's no way you play that shot to get the cue ball down there. He had to play that maybe with a wee bit of left to try and come this angle. That way he could have dropped to one into the side and come down for this one here. The problem again, still the 8 ball. I mean, his chances of getting out here are slim to zero. Does that 8 ball bump in off the yellow though? Will that bump in off that yellow? I don't know whether it will. There's enough room maybe. Has he looked at that? Has he looked at that? Well, I think he has. Well, good luck to him. The best he's going to do is block the pocket, but he's got to get that 8 ball. It's got to. I don't think he can get it, can he? Well, yes, he can. Excellent shot. That was touch and go. Whether he could get out, well, it was slim to zero his chances, but well done to Markshark for that. That gives him a glimmer of a hope. It used the 2 yellows and it found the doorway and it went in. And meanwhile, Semipro breaking off in whatever rack we're in. What are we in? Rack number 9, 10, 16. I haven't a clue what rack we're in. Yeah, rack 16, I think. And he's had a ball in the break. Well, more than one ball in the break. He's decided to go for the reds. The red up just below his cue will go into the side pocket. A narrow window to get onto that, into the side pocket, by the way. This is not a gimme. He's trying to get up top. Well, he's blocked that pocket, but well, Markshark, I don't know whether it's worthwhile thinking about position here at some point. I mean, the black ball, the 8 ball is still exposed. It's open. And Markshark now doesn't have a pocket. An open pocket for that yellow to go anyway. The one that's just below the 8 ball. So I think he should be ducking for cover here. And maybe he's not even thinking about that. If he just keeps potting balls, he's going to end up with nothing but a possible bank on that yellow ball. Well, why not take the bank right now? Bank it towards the one that's over the pocket and get lucky. Oh, I just caught it. But now, what he's done is opened that 8 ball wide open. And Semipro should be out. He should be out and on the hill. Well, he could have had an easier shot than this. He's just got to drop this in and play this 8 ball at distance. It's off the rail. But Semipro is 1 away. And as I say, Markshark's just fallen out this match at the halfway point. And there's no coming back from this now. And Markshark gets a good break. Well, you would think he would prefer the reds just for the sake that he's got a red block in the pocket. But the problem is, I don't think... well, he certainly can't get to it. I think he tried to nudge the 8 ball and clip the red in there. Well, who's going to want the reds? Unless you're playing some sort of combo. Now, Semi-Pro's just looking at cutting the red, pumping the 8. The 8 will go sort of out that way somewhere, and you'd expect the red to drop in. Well, neither's happened. The 8 ball's more or less stayed there, and the red has done everything but drop in. So that now means we've still got an open table. Markshark, I don't know why he's looking at the yellows. Well, he's just cut his own throat there. Right there and then. And I don't think he was aware that it was still an open table. I'm assuming he wasn't aware, else he would never have potted the yellow. And Semi-Pro's probably scratching his head wondering why he's done that. There's no way he's getting out. I said that previously and he got out, but there is no way this time he's getting out. Because the red's blocking the corner pocket. And he could have potted that red that's next to his cue ball there up top. He's trying to come down here to nudge the red in, and wow. Well, he's managed to get the hit, got rid of the red, and now he's still got another major problem. He's hanging on by the skin of his teeth here. And I think he might have run out of luck. What's he trying here? Is he trying to drop this into the side? Well, this has got to be nailed, wired, dead on. And even that doesn't go in. That's how tight those pockets are. You have got to get it right on the line, or they don't go. And the only saving grace here is if Semi-Pro can't get right down into this corner. I thought he might have risked running the cue ball there to try and get right down here there with that shot, but he wasn't doing it. He's prepared to hang off. We'll see if it works out. Well, this is going up and down the table. It's got to go up and down. He can't hold it. And it's off the rail, so it should just be a comfortable little dink in for the match. Well done to Semi-Pro, but I think Markshark was in with a great chance there, but he just began to wilt. The errors crept in, and they cost him dearly, so they did. Everything going according to plan, staying with Semi-Pro at 5-all, and then it all just went tits up, as they say. So, well done to Semi-Pro, and, well, let's have a look for confirmation on the bracket. We now know, as I said earlier, that Semi-Pro is now through. Now, he's now waiting on the winner of our next match, which is the match between Albinario and Larry, and that is going to be in about 40 odd minutes time, 43 minutes time. So, with that, I'm going to have a break. We'll kill the stream, and we'll be back up and running in plenty of time for the big match tonight between Albie and Larry. So I hope to see you back in a little while. I'm going for a coffee and a biscuit and something, and I'll be back in about half an hour's time in preparation for the next match. So until we meet again, take care and I'll see you in a little bit.
Put 'em up. Put 'em up.